You want to know how to create a health coaching program that actually sells? Well, let's have a chat about that, shall we? Hey, what's going on? Yuri Elkaim here, founder and CEO of Healthpreneur. And if you are a health expert who is building a business online and you're wondering how on earth can you develop a health coaching program that people actually want to buy, then that's what I want to walk you through in this video. So don't go anywhere, stick with me. And while you're here, remember to hit the subscribe button because I've got hundreds of other videos to help you build a thriving online practice. Okay, so there's two things that I want to talk about here. Number one is to really figure out the business model, right? And I'm going to just talk about a piece of the business model because when we think of a business model is how you attract, convert, and then deliver, or attract and convert clients, and then how you deliver to them on the back end, okay? So I'm going to touch on a piece of that here, and that first and foremost is going to be the delivery side. So when we're talking about building out a health coaching program, are we talking about a do-it-yourself course that someone just buys for, let's say, $197 that they do on their own? Or are we talking about an actual hands-on, done with you, higher level coaching program? That's the first decision to make. And I want to give you the pros and cons and things to think about with either of those, okay? Because I've been doing this now for close to 20 years. I've built my first business in the health and fitness space to multiple seven figures and then sold it. And with Healthpreneur, we help practitioners and coaches just like you build amazing businesses, right? So what I'm sharing with you here has already generated more than $100 million for our clients. And I just want to share that with you for a bit of context. Okay, so let's talk about a course. Here's the thing when I say a course, I'm talking about like a course that you set up like training videos in like Kajabi or Thinkific or Teachable or ClickFunnels. People go through it at their own pace. They consume the information, they move on to the next one. There's no interaction with the guru, that would be you. And for the most part, it's a lower price point because there is no you involved, okay? So when we're thinking about a course, it's important to think about why are we doing the course? Like, why are we selling a course in the first place? So number one, if you don't enjoy interacting with other humans, yeah, sell a course because you're not going to have to interact with them other than some customer service stuff. Okay, so you have to honor who you are at your core. If you have no desire to coach people and be there with them in the trenches, a course is probably a good place to start, right? However, a course is not going to be very expensive. In the health space, it's not going to be several $1,000s. So we're talking about a few hundred at the most. So let's just call it $297. Actually, you know what? Let's just call it $297, okay? So the second question is, how do you fill the course? How do you get people to buy the course? Well, there's two ways. There's the free way and there's the paid way. The free way is you just have to put out a huge amount of content on social, maybe on YouTube, maybe on a blog, and that will take you forever to get traction from. And I say that with the assumption that you're starting at ground zero. If you have a huge following already, great, right? You can just have a call to action to that. You've already built know, like, and trust with an audience. But if you have no audience, well, you're gonna have to build an audience. That's gonna take time if you do it the free way. The free way is ultimately the most expensive because it costs you the most time. And successful people understand that money is cheap, time is expensive in the grand scheme of things. So I understand that we all have, different journeys and we all start at the same place, which is zero. But I'm going to encourage you to look at the free organic way as a secondary way to grow your traffic. Number one, and this is going to be, this flies in the face of convention because a lot of experts out there tell you you shouldn't pay for traffic or pay to acquire clients if you're just starting off. I think honestly, I think it's a load of garbage. I think it's bad advice. Because what it means is the assumption is if you're spending money to acquire clients by using advertising, then you're going to lose your money because you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, if that's the case, don't do that. But what I'm going to suggest to you is that you learn how to acquire clients using paid traffic because it's at the push of a button. you can have a flood of people coming into your world, and more of them are more likely to buy from you. Now, I've created other videos, and we have a whole separate training called the Perfect Client Pipeline that can show you how to do that. The link for that is below. Make sure you watch that if you want to learn how to acquire clients literally on demand with that type of process. But I share this with you because if you wanted to do the paid traffic methodology and your margins, let's just call it, it's $300 for your program, your margins to get someone to buy are starting to get pretty tight. Okay, so you have to become very, very good at the paid acquisition to get your costs down because you're only charging $300 for one client or one customer in this case. It's a very, very tough model to run successfully. And I share this with you because I've done this for so long. And when I say I've done this for so long, I'm talking about my previous business. We had 3 different membership sites. We sold everything from courses to supplements to digital info products and coaching. And so everything I share with you in any of my videos is always only ever based on experience, not something I read in a book and not someone I heard someone talk about. That's the difference when you learn from me. You're learning from someone who's done this for a very long time, who's made infinite amounts of mistakes relative to the wins. And I can share that perspective with you in these videos so that you don't go down the same path that I did. For 3 years, I made less than poverty line income because I tried the free routes. And like this YouTube channel, I have another YouTube channel, which you can see here, got a plaque from YouTube a while ago for crossing 100,000 subscribers. That channel is now grown to more than 300,000 subscribers. And I sold that business. I haven't posted a video on that channel for 3 years, and it's grown by 150,000 people. But it took 10 years to build that type of traction. I don't know if you've got 10 years or not. Now, I certainly don't. I don't want to wait 10 years to get clients. So I share this with you because number one, you have to determine why you want to sell a course, okay? And then you have to think about, okay, if the price is lower, I got to think about the acquisition model. Because if I'm going to acquire clients, how am I going to get them? Okay, so let's go back to the course itself. Statistically, 10% or fewer people who buy a course even complete it. Not succeed, but even complete it. So if our mission is to help people and 90% of them don't even do the thing they say they want to do, then why are we selling them stuff they're never going to use? And this is the decision that I made when I started Healthpreneur. Is I said, I'm not selling courses because I want to transform people's lives, which leads me to the second piece, which is a higher ticket coaching program. So if you are thinking about how you can help someone, course, it's going to do okay. You're going to have a very challenging, I believe, based on experience, you will have a very tough time selling that because people are going to have to buy from a webinar or buy from a page. And unless you have a massive amount of authority built with them already and trust and likability, it's going to be very tough for most people to hit the buy now button. And just think of this. If you want to make $10,000 a month, if you're selling a $300 course, how many units is that? How many people do you need to buy to make $10,000 a month? Well, if we do the math, 10,000 divided by 300 ends up being, let's say 33 people a month. 33 people a month. That's not chump change. That's like, you need a lot of traffic to make that happen. So let's look at higher ticket coaching for a second. Higher ticket coaching, you take the foundation, which is your course, okay, which is the cool piece. Same training modules, same videos, same all that stuff. The difference is you layer on top your coaching, your accountability, your support, which we all know is the missing ingredient in people's success. It's so simple. You can give someone the basic program, and all I want you to do today is walk for 30 minutes and drink 4 liters of water. That's all we're going to do together, and you're going to pay me $2,000. That person might say to you, you're crazy. There's no way I'm going to do that. And that's the thinking. This is where you have to develop a new skill set of influence, of being able to have a conversation on the phone now, because at a higher price point, you're not going to get people clicking the buy now button on a website. You need to get them on the phone. And in order for that to happen, you need to have a good pipeline that pre-qualifies and pre-indoctrinates people before they even speak with you so you don't waste your time with tire kickers. Again, that's what our Perfect Client Pipeline can help you do. If you want to watch it, click the link below. But the beautiful thing about a higher end coaching program is that number one, your clients get better results than they would if they were on their own doing a course. Second, you've got way more margin. So if you are going to pay to acquire traffic or clients, which you should, if you know how to do it properly, You have way more margin for error. You don't have to be the world's best ad person, okay? Most of our clients, all of our clients are practitioners and health experts. They're not Facebook ad experts, but they use Facebook ads to bring clients in at 5, 6, even 10 to 1 ROIs. And that's because they're coming in with no following, no website in some cases. They might have a clinic already for a couple years, but they have no presence online. So what are we gonna do? Spend 24 hours a day posting on Instagram? Come on, seriously? Right? They're too busy for that. I'm assuming you might be as well. So number one decision with respect to a health coaching program is, do you want to do a course or do you want to do a coaching program? I believe it should be a coaching program unless you hate working with people closely. Then I think a course makes sense, but you have to understand the metrics to make that work. With a coaching program, it doesn't have to be one-on-one, it could be group, but again, that's up to you. I'm gonna save that for another video. But for now, what I want you to think about is number one, the delivery. The second piece, if you are selling a coaching program, the number one thing in order to make that sell is you need to sell yourself. You need to be the first one to sell yourself, because if you can't sell yourself, no one else is gonna be sold on you either. Okay? So developing the skill set of being able to sell. And yes, I'm saying sell. If you don't like selling, too bad. You're not gonna have a good business. It's just simple as that. You have to develop the skill set of being able to sell. And when it's done properly, it doesn't come across as pushy, aggressive, or salesy. We tend to dislike things we do not understand. If you don't like selling, it's probably because you're not good at it. That's fine. You can get better. You need to get better, because if you don't get better, your business will not get better. Does that make sense? So when you are better at selling, then you can have these conversations over the phone with prospective clients, and you can have a conversation to show them why working with you is the least expensive option they have. And that's something you just need to practice. Again, knowing what to say, how to do it, intonation, all that kind of stuff. So that is how you create a health coaching program that sells. Number one is you identify, how do I help my client achieve the best possible result? It's probably not going to happen in a do-it-yourself course. It's most likely going to happen in a done-with-you coaching program. Then you develop the skill set of being able to sell that, so that when you have a conversation with someone over the phone, they most likely or more likely are going to say yes to you, as opposed to thinking about another option, okay? A lot of little nuances in this whole process, but again, we have a free training called the Perfect Client Pipeline. Happy to show you what it's all about at the link below. But that's all for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, give it a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe. Remember to subscribe. See you soon. Hey, hope you enjoyed this video. And listen, if you're here for a reason. You're a health expert. You know you've got a bigger vision. You've got a bigger role to play in this world. And right now, things are maybe not where you want them to be. If you want more clients, if you want to make more impacts, that's amazing. And I'd love to help you. So I think the next step for you to take is to watch our Perfect Client Pipeline training. It's going to show you exactly how to get clients coming into your virtual practice, your coaching business online, in a consistent and predictable fashion, without having to spend all day on social media, without being glued to your phone, without all the grind. You see, if you can't step away from your business and still have it move forward in your absence, then you don't have a business. And I don't want that to be your case, because burnout is a very real problem for health professionals. So I want to help you. So the next step is click the link in the description below. Watch the Perfect Client Pipeline training today. I promise you it'll be a very good use of your time. If you've enjoyed the previous video that you just watched, you will love this masterclass. Again, it's totally free to attend. Watch it now. And at the end, if you'd like our help to take the next step, then by all means, we can show you what that might look like, if that makes sense for you. So once again, click the link in the description below. I look forward to seeing you in the masterclass, and I'll see you there.